And I grew up, and so did most of you, I think, in a world that values a very specific kind of heroism. The kind where you jump on a grenade to save your buddy, or you die heroically because your family says that you can't marry the girl you want to marry, and you're 14, and somehow you think that's a deal breaker. Just the plot of Romeo and Juliet. I ruined it for some of you, sorry. I should have prefaced that with a spoiler alert. I should probably explain. If you haven't read Romeo and Juliet, that's your fault. Or in another of our great epics of heroism, the Odyssey, which I'm also about to spoil for you, but it's a good reading experience regardless. There's this dude, his name is Odysseus. He does some good warring, top-notch warring. Then it takes him a long time to get home because a bunch of stuff happens. And then he finally gets home, and his wife has a bunch of suitors. And the correct response to that situation is to be like, hey, I was gone for a long time. Of course, there was no text messaging. You didn't know it was okay. Like, of course, there's a bunch of suitors living here. That's cool, but suitors, it's time to head on out and find someone else's house to occupy. And instead, what happens is that the palace floors course with blood. And that is your happily ever after ending. And Augustus Waters in this novel really buys into that idea of heroism. That idea that the best lives are lived on the biggest possible stage, and that the best lives are lived with an eye toward the grand, heroic gesture, whether it be sacrificial or otherwise. That, like, the good life, by definition, is the big life. Well, I'm here to tell you that even the biggest lives are temporary, including the life of Odysseus, including the life of Romeo and Juliet, because, we're temporary. And if that's the only way that we orient our lives, if that's the only thing that we value, we're doing ourselves, I think, a grave disservice. So I wanted to write The Fault in Our Stars because I wanted to write a story that was about the kind of small heroism that almost all of us are going to have to choose. Very few of us will have an opportunity to jump on a grenade and save many, many people. The vast majority of us will have to find tiny ways to take care of ourselves and each other in the best ways that we can figure out how to do. And that's really what The Fault in Our Stars is about, ultimately. It's about these two kids and their parents trying to figure out how to take good care of each other and trying to figure out how to leave the best possible world for those who will come after, and also live a life that honors those who have